5 cards have been removed from the Commander ban list, and today we're going to be talking about them and if they're viable to run, should they have come out of the ban list, and just our general opinions on that. This is the Turn Zero podcast, hosted by Snapkeep. My name is Al, and as always, I am joined by
Jake,
Alex,
and Ryan.
with jazz hands.
With jazz hands. So, the first card that was removed from the ban list, added to the Game Changers list,
I'm excited.
because all of them are going to Game Changers, is Sway of the Stars.
Not for this one, but
yeah.
I'm excited for this card.
8 blue sorcery. Each player shuffles their hand, graveyard, and all permanents they own into their library, then draws 7 cards. Each player's life total becomes 7.
I want this card.
That's 10 mana.
that's an expensive time twister.
Doesn't say when
This
the
is
game on
a
it.
dog shit World Fire.
Yeah.
This is World Fire if it were worse. I don't even
yeah.
think it should be a game changer.
This is
Better
historically
yet, banned?
It's historically
Crazy.
one of the ones where like, oh, Worldfire's unbanned, why not Sway of the Stars? And
Yeah.
now it is.
Yeah.
So you're not playing Worldfire, so you're not gonna play Sway of the Stars.
I think it was banned because it was just like, well, nobody likes a mass reset button.
Yeah, I think it's on
Which
the
is
list
true.
for the same
Yeah,
reason
which is
as
true.
Upheaval. Yeah,
Yeah.
but this draws everybody 7 cards. That's way nicer than Upheaval.
And World Fire.
I mean, if you told me I had to play either Worldfire or Sway of the Stars, I'd probably play Sway of the Stars.
Yeah.
Because like I'm probably, Omniscience too. That's
Yeah.
close.
I think this is
Would you rather Omniscience or Sway of the Stars?
definitely rather cast and resolve an Omniscience than a Sway, I'll be
Yeah.
honest.
Hey, I run World Fire in one deck that is a meme entirely. The infamous Cruel Claw, baby.
Ah, your gimmick.
Absolutely. The gimmick is Worldfire.
If there's only one spell you can hit.
For real though, I think Sway of the Stars was on the ban list because people didn't like it, not because it was powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now people have it again and it can go back to obscurity.
Yeah.
I think it will even fall off the Game Changers list.
Oh, 100%. I don't think it's a game changer.
Yeah, I think this is the perfect example of like the criteria of if it's coming off the ban list, it's going on the Game Changers list. Like if this wasn't on the ban list, I don't think it would have been pulled out by the advisory board or whatever.
No.
It's a great example of like it's impactful in the way that is negative towards the game experience, but is not powerful in many or any ways. Like yes, you can cheat a sorcery, that's possible.
Sure.
But what you get for it is you reset the game. You're not like overly ahead. There's not a combo that jumps out like the Cruel Claw that like instantly wins you the game with certain commanders.
The only thing I can think of is like suspend, which is the same thing with World Fire. Is like if it goes off while you have things suspended with time counters,
Tigum?
then you'll get them back. Yeah, so Tigum, Joyra
Yeah, the Joyra
does
that
stuff
cares
like
about
that. But like, there's
Interesting
just
deck.
a small space to cover.
it. Yeah.
Like, there's such a niche case for it to be beneficial to run outside of just like, funny.
It's like, it's one of those things where someone's going to play it once and then everyone's going to do it and then they're going to grow it and then never play it again,
Yeah, I think one of the most powerful things you can do with it is pitch it in your ban and like try to cheat it out with a Mizzix Mastery for like 4 mana instead of the 10 that it is, and hopefully you can float your mana to bounce back first, but there are a lot of other cards that you can abuse in the same exact way.
Oh yeah. And you should,
Yeah,
like if you
for
if
less
you want,
mana, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're living in an age like this card was banned a long time ago. So
Long
we're like
time ago.
living in an age where things like this card that have a very negative impact on the game experience, like people know that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
We even hear people talking about like, oh, I don't play Insurrection anymore. I don't play Crater Hoof anymore because it leads to like anticlimactic games.
Yeah.
This is an anticlimactic game and you don't win.
That doesn't end. Yeah.
So-
that can keep going.
Maybe.
But it doesn't end the game.
But if you have a Soul Sisters player in your pod, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you doing?
But anyways.
So let's get to a spicier card with
Yes.
a little bit more controversy.
This is the one I was kind of excited about.
We're going for
yeah.
Braids, Cabal, Minion, 2 black, legendary creature, human minion. She's a 2/2. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices an artifact, creature, or land.
I love it.
Cool.
Love is a strong word. I think she's cool.
It's definitely neat. It's like the Braids Arisen, the new Braids from Brothers War. They go cute in the same deck.
Yeah.
But like if you just want like your, miseries back on the menu style deck, like Mahas and Braids, both of them now, then yeah, you have a new commander. I mean, it's like if you're doing a weird Self Aristocrats thing,
Yeah.
sure.
It goes directly into my Turgid deck.
Yeah, Turgid probably goes in that deck.
Al and I had a short discussion. I think situationally it's better than Turgid in the sense that it does its own thing. Like Turgid needs something else for you to benefit off of it.
Oh, and Braids does it
Right,
by
like,
itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I'm
Turgid is a payoff for Braids. But I think Turgid itself is a scarier card, probably.
if I'm sitting at a commander table and someone's got Turgid, I'm
Yeah.
much more
Terrified.
scared of that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Turgid's a scarier card. It just
Yeah.
Turgid isn't its own engine.
Yeah, but like if you're just playing a Braids by herself, I don't think she goes too crazy. Especially in 2025 Magic when you have artifacts up the wazoo.
Yeah, I think the article touched on that a little bit too, where they're like, 2025 Magic is a little bit faster, you have more removal and more answers, but something they didn't touch on is, artifact tokens exist now. Blood,
Yeah.
treasure, clues, foods. The option to sacrifice something to Braids is a lot less taxing in 2025 than it was when she was put on the list.
I mean, you can definitely do like degenerate things of like when you get back to your turn, you sacrifice your own Braids and then you bubbling
100%.
muck her out, so you don't have to do
Yeah.
the sack thing. But then it's also a 4-mana 2/2 dies to a lightning bolt.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, classic.
Yeah. This is an interesting card in terms of the ban list discussion, particularly because it highlights one of the criteria that I did not expect for unbans, which was a much beloved nostalgic character.
Oh,
That was an
Oh.
interesting thing
Yeah.
to come out for me. And I get it, like from a fundamental like excitement Magic player level, but to be like, oh, everyone likes Braids, so she should go off. like
people like
Braids? Can't wait to get Emrakul, Brad.
It's one of the most
right.
striking pieces of art in the game, I will say.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
true.
right. And I
I-
do
yeah.
love Braids. Yeah.
I hate this art.
Really?
I love
I,
Braids art.
It's the pinnacle.
She's so
of-
unsettling.
From How I Met Your Mother, like the crazy eyes. That
yeah.
is that image.
I will say,
and it is unsettling.
I will say, nothing beats the What's the one from the Brothers? What Braids Arisen
Nightmare?
Arisen Nightmare.
Yeah.
The ooh anime version of that card
Amen.
is my favorite.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I don't mind it too much. I've always been one of those advocates that's very popular of like, oh, banned as a commander being like a thing that comes back,
yeah.
and Braid
Yeah.
was kind of the front runner for that. And I do think the Game Changers list and the Game Changer bracket system is a good like middle ground for that, where it's like, okay, it's a bracket 3 inherently as a
Yeah.
commander.
Yeah, I think Braids at minimum is bracket 3 if she's your commander.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though I won't play Braids, I think this is one of the ones that I was most excited to see.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
it's,
I agree.
it's not too egregious.
Yeah. But this next card.
Yes, this one's
Talk about
pretty
egregious.
spicy. We got Gifts Ungiven. 3 in a
Woo!
blue.
Free my boy. He's free.
They're both free. Let's look at those Jaces.
Yeah, both
yeah,
the
brother.
Jaces in the art.
It's a 3 in a blue instant. Search your library for up to 4 cards with different names and reveal them. Target opponent chooses 2 of those cards. Put the chosen cards into your graveyard and the rest into your hand. Then shuffle. So we got to immediately shout out the shenanigans that you can do. It's an
Yep.
up to 4, right?
That's the new wording. The old wording didn't have that, but you could do the failed to
You can
find
secretly-
trick.
Yeah.
So so it's up to is the new errated version.
So you can force them both into your bin.
Yes.
If you need to.
Yeah.
I think it's far and away the best card being unbanned.
I agree with
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
I agree.
100%.
Wholeheartedly agree. I've been staring at a couple copies of Gifts Ungiven in my binder for too damn long.
It's real
And
exciting.
now I can finally put them in. You can put them in your Reanimator deck. You can put them in your blue combo decks. I'm putting them in my artifact deck, so I can just like bin my artifacts, replay them with Emery Lurker of the Lock. So
Oh yeah, I'm putting it in Rafine right away. You know.
Well, and especially as far as like Reanimator goes, we've gotten so much graveyard love in the past couple sets.
Yeah.
Like even just in Tarkir, they were like, Hey man, here's just a shit ton of graveyard cards.
Oh yeah, it goes
Just
great
go
with
wild.
those too.
And you know what?
Hog wild.
We'll unban gifts ungiven for you. That way you can play with it even more.
Yeah. Yeah, this is another example of like a great history, a beloved card. They cited as part of, or Gavin cited as part of the reason for the unbanning.
Yep.
And he made a really good point that a fair gifts ungiven is fun. It's like fact or fiction little mini game. And an unfair one is an infinite combo thing, which is inherently a bracket 3.
Yeah. Minimum.
Bracket 4.
So it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, like
Yeah, it definitely makes sense to be on the game changer list.
Yeah.
This one I don't think we'll see slide off the list anytime soon.
no, that one's
No.
Yeah, that's definitely staying. I think like this probably finds its way into my Atraxa deck. There's a chance it finds its way into like my Mothman deck, pending like if I decide what I'd be willing to find with it.
Yeah.
That type of deal.
It's one of those, like, if you're in blue and you have, like, some sort of combo, I think you'll look at Gifts Ungiven, at least for a little bit. 4 mana, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you're in Dimir especially, right, you pick 2 reanimate spells, 2 creatures, and
Pretty
you're
good.
cooking.
Yeah,
pretty
good.
No matter what you're...
Or Dread Return and just a big chunky and just cast that Dread Return straight from the bin.
Yep, it's really good.
Yeah.
I think it's a fun card. I'm excited to see it. They did mention it takes a while to find 4 cards, especially with like considering like all the decision points to make.
You know what
I'm not
4 cards
excited.
you're
about
grabbing.
Yeah, if you're putting it in the deck, know what 4 cards you're gonna
Yeah.
grab.
No, please know what 4
We
cards you're grabbing.
definitely
Or
don't
what 2
cut our
cards you're putting in
gameplay
the bin.
videos.
Nope, definitely not.
We don't cut our tutor time out of gameplay videos at all. We make our decisions nice and snappy.
Yeah, for sure.
Snap keepy. All right, so let's talk about our next card, which is Coalition Victory.
We all saw it coming.
The poster child of unban this card, you know?
It is a 3 white, blue, black, red, green Wooburg for a sorcery. You win the game if you control a land of each basic land type and a creature of each color. So the reason it was banned, right, is because if you have a 5-color commander, that counts as all 5 colors. And then if you have, what, 2 triomes or an everything land or everywhere land or whatever it is,
Prismatic Omen.
Yeah.
then you're like cooking.
It's not particularly hard to win with those.
Yeah. But you should win if you cast a 8-mana spell that had Wooburg in the cast cost.
Correct.
And it's easy to interact with. You just remove the commander, and they're pretty much
with it on the
You
stack.
just
With
remove
it on the stack.
one of the pieces that's on the stack. I think part of me thinks that it being something that can be played from hand, like a lot of the win the game cards we see prior to right now, you see that like they're gonna win the game, that it's upcoming. Unless
Sure,
there's
yeah.
flash shenanigans, emergence zone kind of stuff. Seeing that it is a spell that's a win the game from the hand makes me slightly concerned. But also, how many 5-color decks do you see?
Yeah.
We have one in our pod, and it's mine, and I don't play it anymore because I haven't updated it really, and I would like to remove the initiative mechanic from it and keep it entirely monarchy.
I think the thing with this card is it looks very scary, but the way you interact with it is just hold removal.
Yeah.
And if somebody is popping off, like to turn it on, super easy, right? Have your 5-color commander on the board, build your land base correctly, whatever. You still have to resolve the spell. You still have to get to 8
There's
mana.
a lot of
it doesn't
ways.
matter that you only technically need 3 cards, maybe 2 if you have that 5-color ley line. You only need those on the battlefield, but you still have to get to 8 mana and cast your Coalition Victory, right? There's still a lot of hoops to jump through to win with this.
Yeah.
And then you have to hope somebody doesn't have a Doomblade.
And if they do, you spend 8 mana for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is
eight
tough.
mana for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like it's a monocolor card, that cares about 5-color casting cost. It is a 5-color card that cares about 5-color cards.
I think that we'll just hold up removal is very much the same argument as it dies to removal.
Well, I think it's way different when you're talking about somebody's commander dying to removal versus somebody not winning the game because they cast an 8-mana spell. If somebody is casting an 8-mana spell, you probably.
But I know what their commander is before the game starts. I don't
That's true.
know they're running Coalition Victory.
They're 5
So a
color
lot of
now.
times, I could be at a different threat.
But you
to
should.
use my removal.
You should know they're running Coalition Victory because it's a game changer.
Oh, every 5-color deck runs Coalition Victory.
No, I think he's saying that because it's a game changer, it's supposed to be part of the turn or the
Rule 0.
The Rule 0 conversation.
that you're supposed
you
to be
should
having.
Like, okay, I'm running Coalition Victory, I'm running
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And I also think that like part of it is like every color can deal with a creature, and then when I play Commander, like if someone's running blue, like I'm gonna try to play around blue. Like if someone's running Wooburg, I'm not gonna let them untap with their Commander.
They can't do it
That's
for
crazy,
free.
some
They can't do it for free.
But I do hear what you're saying. Like
Yeah.
dice to removal is not the best argument,
Is
but
a hand wavy catch all that.
Yeah.
but because it's creature removal, I think it's relevant to bring up because every color has it.
Or
Yeah.
land removal, baby.
Or land removal.
Bring it back.
It never left.
Yeah.
Coalition Victory doesn't win if you cast Yuckle Hops.
Or just include Demolition Field in your deck.
Or Stone Rain.
Or Armageddon,
Wait a
baby.
minute, hold on, we're getting a little off the rails.
Oh yeah, just run your land destruction.
Anyway, Coalition Victory, exciting
Knows
for
the
those who are
truth.
excited about it.
Yeah,
but not
Coalition
us.
Victory, I think, is like
not
if it was part of the format, it could have been like on Soul Ring levels of like
Yeah.
hype. You know what I mean?
So-
But now it's just like, oh, a cute little
It would be
card.
cool to see it in like an Ur-Dragon deck now running 5-color win the game and 5-color win the game.
yeah, call this
True.
whatever.
True.
What is it called? The Spirit Dragons plus Coalition Victory.
Yeah.
There you
They've
go.
got 2 options.
my
Plus
God.
the fact that
Team
they're 5-color dragons. You know, that helps.
They got a lot of options. All right, so our next card and the last unbanned card is Panoptic Mirror, 5-mana artifact, imprint for X and tap. You may remove an instant or sorcery card with converted mana cost X in your hand from the game. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may copy a card exiled with this artifact. If you do, you may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. So the reason this was
Yeah.
banned is because of board wipes and extra turn spells.
Yes, sir.
So how do we
Which
feel about
makes
it?
sense.
And I feel like you're
Correct.
still only running it with board wipes and extra turn spells.
Yeah. So I think it fits into my Calamax deck
Okay.
for just the copying spells.
Sure.
I don't know if its mana curve cuts it. Like 5 mana is kind of a lot. And then as far as extra turns go, for infinite extra turns, at minimum you need like 10 mana. Because I think the cheapest no downside extra turn spell is going to be 5 mana. So
Yeah.
you need 5 mana for the mirror, then 5 mana to imprint, and then you have infinite turns.
Correct.
Sure. Or you can play it fairly. There's Ancestral Vision, right? The suspend,
yeah.
draw 3. That's 5 mana total. You
Yeah,
get to
there are
draw
a
3
ton
every
of things you can
turn,
do
know.
with
There's
it.
a lot of
fairly.
cute things you can
Yeah.
put under this card.
But
I
you're
will
right,
not
the extra
downplay
turn-
that this is a 5 mana artifact. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's cute. It's cute. I
Yeah.
don't think very many people are like frothing at the mouth to include this now, so they can finally do the Panoptic Mirror extra turn loops. I think if you have one and you throw it in a deck and you put like a Teamer Battle Rage under it, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
cute. You know?
I also like that if you are doing extra turns, it is a decided infinite, right? Like it's a
Yeah.
9 mana or more infinite
Yeah.
that you win the game on the spot. And it's like 9 mana for an infinite, like, go ahead. It's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
worth
there are
one
cheaper
card.
ways to win.
Like if you're spending 10 mana to win the game, you could also do it with Sanguine Bond and Exquisite Blood.
Yeah, exactly.
And that also 2 cards.
Yeah, exactly. And this one, you have to untap with it. You have to get to your upkeep.
Yep.
Like you might not know what they're going to exile because they can do it at the opponent to their rights end step, but you know that they're playing Panoptic Mirror.
Yeah.
And if the game plan of their deck is to loop infinite turns, you should also know that. So
That should be part of this.
that should be part of the discussion as well. So yeah, I think that this getting unbanned, super good with all of the new
Yeah.
bracket discussions
Yeah,
that
this
you're
is
supposed
definitely
to be having.
definitely one of those cards that like it's a relic of the past of the old ban list.
It definitely depends on your intent as
Yeah.
to how busted this card is.
I mean, shout out to the new squad going through the ban list and pulling things off, updating game changers and everything. I think they did a great job with all 5 of these.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't look at any of them and think, oh no, like that was a mistake. That should be on it. Like Gifts
Yeah.
Ungiven, I look at and think, like maybe that one's closer, but that's still something that like, okay,
Yeah.
we have plenty
fun with that, yeah.
of tutors already, and especially with the new bracket system, if something's getting close to it, then it just kind of ends up in CDH instead,
Yeah.
and it becomes, haha, not my problem.
Yeah, I'm very stoked about it.
Yeah.
I think it was definitely a play to the Commander community to like be like, hey, look, we're making cards
I'm
that you can
surprised.
play
I'm
with.
surprised it
Once
was
is
5
crazy.
cards.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me too.
5 at once is crazy.
Usually
and-
we're like drip fed.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
And what I really like is the communication that we're getting. I think like
Yeah.
Gavin is
Yeah.
being
He got
very communicative.
So much. Well,
Because-
shout out to Gavin.
because
that's
the last-
cracked.
Yeah.
Commander committee, even the one before that, just didn't speak on anything.
Nope.
Didn't
Yeah.
speak on anything. You could just tell by the ban list that they lost a combo one too many times and put a lot of blue cards on there.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really stoked about it. We were told that we're not going to get any more bans for the rest of the year until next
for the
year,
rest of the
Yeah, at
calendar
least
year.
that's their plan.
unless there's a Nadu situation called
Yes.
the Nadu contingency.
Unless
Yeah.
there's an emergency ban and
hilarious.
restricted update.
We've got the
Yeah.
storm scale, the Nadu contingency. We've got oh boy.
Yeah.
So we would be remiss, just like Gavin's article, if we didn't talk about the 3 last cards that everyone was kind of speculating on.
Oh yeah.
So our Docksides,
Fast mana.
our Jeweled Lotus,
Jewel Lotus.
and our Mana Crypts. So it seemed like they were very on the fence about everything,
Yeah.
much like the community is.
Yeah.
I got a hot take on it.
What's that?
Oh no.
The community doesn't deserve them.
Does it deserve
He's
it?
cooking. They don't.
Like,
let's hear it.
let's be honest. So
he's
when
right.
they banned these cards, people didn't act like adults with them. The fact that
Agreed.
Absolutely.
the fact that the committee was getting death threats over pieces of cardboard is psychotic.
Truly psychotic.
And I think had they unbanned even one of the 3 here, then it would have
It was sent the wrong message.
it
Yeah.
would have justified the mob.
For
right?
sure.
That like, oh, if we freak out enough, they'll unban the card.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's not how that
Maybe
works.
just
Yeah.
be responsible. Don't put your life savings in the cardboard from that
What?
matter. And also, like,
I have to go make a call.
dude, this is a card game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a card game. Take it.
I
take it easy.
hesitate to call it a children's card game because we've seen some of these arts.
14 and
Let's
up.
be honest.
13 and up.
13?
13 and up.
All right.
You can thank Demonic Tutor for that one back in the 90s.
I'm not sure it's children's card game, but anyways.
But this is a card game nonetheless. Like,
yeah.
You're right.
the people did not act in a way that was deserving of getting cards back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You gotta
I-
punish.
Exactly.
if you want to be a
Like-
petulant
like,
child, you know.
If you're going to act like a child, you will be treated like a child. Your Xbox is taken away. No more Jeweled Lotus for you.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. And the article did mention they mentioned about Jeweled Lotus being like one of those like printed for Commander sort of thing.
Maybe, yeah.
And
was Mana Crypt, right?
yeah, no, Mana Crypt is an old card, like a beta card.
Dockside was because it was.
Dockside,
Yeah,
Dockside was
was
a
the
pre-con
pre-con.
card.
But I thought Mana Crypt was in like a Commander magazine or something that mentioned it.
It might have. It was Inquest magazine
not sure.
back in the day.
Either way, the
yeah.
printed
Yeah.
for Commander, they print for cards for
Yeah.
formats when it doesn't work.
And that was the only
Yeah,
thing.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like that doesn't.
I will say a lot of things
Not
in this
it.
article didn't use
Hogak.
a lot of deadpan like they didn't put any periods on what they said. They always say like, well, for the foreseeable future,
Maybe.
in the future. They didn't
We're
say like
looking at
never.
it.
They didn't say we won't. They kept everything very ambiguous.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do think if I was very much in support of all of the bans. I don't like fast
You're
mana
talking
that
about
much. The 3 bans.
the
right?
three,
The
yeah, okay,
Dockside,
okay,
Jewel
yeah.
Lotus, and Mana Crypt. And they gave reasoning of why Jewel Lotus might come off next year,
Yeah.
which is like the iconic feel. It supports high mana commanders, and it's a one-shot.
Yeah, it's a one-shot.
And I think if you're gonna do fast mana, then things like a Dark Ritual or a Mana Geyser or even a Jeweled Lotus, I think, is the most palatable for me.
If you're gonna give your petulant child Xbox time, it might be with Jeweled Lotus.
It's
So-
like,
Yeah.
okay, this is your probation.
It may as well
Yeah.
be with Chronicles of Narnia Prince Caspian
Oh.
than Call of Duty Black
Bro,
Ops
couldn't
2.
even get the first one? That's insane.
At least
Yeah.
give them Oblivion.
What the hell? Anyways.
So I'm feeling, and it sounds like everyone else, I'm feeling with a very positive and optimistic outlook on
These
the
are
future
very
of
good.
Commander.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
This is-
good.
I feel like we know a
I
lot.
think the whole interaction
Yeah.
that we got today feels so positive and just like a brighter look into the future of
Yeah, final
I'm
thought out the door is like, I don't like it when they say, "Oh, we're not going to ban anything for a year from now." Because
That's a little scary.
I
it's
don't
a
know
little
about that
spooky.
one, Gavin.
Yeah.
But I just don't like when they shoehorn themselves in like that. Modern players know what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's the only thing I say is a little bit concerning for me from this whole thing. But otherwise, other than that, them shoehorning in not until next year, I think is very good. It's a very good list, and I support it. I'm playing some of these. I'm going to play some of these cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
All right, scale of 1 to 5, 5 being all 5 cards. How many of these you putting in a deck?
2.
Yeah, maybe 1, 2.
I think
Not many.
I'm at a
I
1.
might get to 3. I might get to 3. I might find a spot for Sway of the Stars.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think the only one I'm really putting in is Gifts Ungiven. Maybe a
as
Coalition Victory.
most of you probably
Gifts
will.
is gonna be
I already
a lot of
have a
fun.
Braids spot. I already know where it goes in my Turgid deck.
You know what I'm excited for? I'm excited for the Kenrith decks to put in Coalition Victory and realize that Kenrith is
It's
a
a white creature.
I already had that.
It's a
piece
white-
myself.
Not 5 colors.
Yeah,
Wait a
I can
minute.
put it in my Miku Child of Alara deck.
Hey,
True, dude.
Can't wait for it to show up in Morphon.
Yeah.
He meets
Oh.
none of the
None
qualifications.
of those qualifications.
All right, we're getting off topic. What do you guys think about the unbans in Commander? We're really stoked about the future of the format
Yep.
and
Yeah.
these unbans. But we'd love to hear what you think. If you like this episode, go ahead and hit subscribe.
And like.
But we hope that every hand is a snap keep.
Bye.
everyone.